All right, everybody, welcome back to no longer the NR2003 2020 season, but now give a warm welcome to our new series title sponsor, SRDesign. Yes, that's right, the series is now renamed to the NR2003 SRDesign Cup Series. From here on out, that is what it is going to be called. Reached an agreement with my friend Seth Rawls, and his his graphic design business will be the cover sponsor for this NR 2003 season going forward. We're going to jump right into the starting lineup. That's all I got to say about that. There will be a little sponsorship plug in a bit here, but that's all before we go racing. Don't worry. Just going to jump right into our starting lineup here. Got BJ McLeod and Reed Sorensen at the tail end of the field. Joey Gase and Chad Fincham in front of them. Brennan Poole, John Hunter Nemechek, Christopher Bell, Chinny Hill, Ryan Priest, Daniel Suarez, Frankie Senhouse Jr., Matt DiBenedetto, Corey LaJoy, Ty Dillon, Chris Buescher, Tyler Reddick, Denny Hamlin, Quinn Hoff, Bubba Wallace, Kevin Harvick, Brennan Gaughan. What's that guy's name? Justin Haley, Michael McDowell, J.J. Yaley, Alex Bowman, Ryan Newman, Ross Chastain, William Byron, Clint Boyer, Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch, Eric Almirola, Joey Logano, Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, and Greg Keselowski, all the Penske cars under a blanket. Jimmy Johnson and Chase Elliott, Cole Custer and Austin Dillon in the top 5. Starting on the outside pole is the 20 car of Eric Jones. And on pole for today's race is Martin Truex Jr. I believe that is his first pole of the season. Yes, it is Martin Truex Jr. Giving him his first playoff point of the season as well. As we've got a minute, we'll take a brief look at our point standings. We're barely halfway. We're not even halfway, so I'll shut up for the command real quick.
Drivers, start your engines!
Oh, that was enthusiastic. NR 2003 commands to fire the engines, never fail. As the pace car pulls off, and the rest of the field follows in suit. It is now time for our Wonder Green, brought to you by SRDesign. SRDesign is a growing business headed by Seth Rawls, where you can go to for all of your logo and design needs. They produce superb paint schemes, series logos, company logos, and event logos, and all other things within the graphic design realm. Check out their website, SethRawlsDesign.com, in the link in the description below. That is that. First sponsorship plug. Congrats, I did it. I'm proud of myself. See, that wasn't so bad. You probably could have skipped that. As soon as I said, brought to you by SRDesign, and then started going blah, 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 you probably skipped about 20-25 seconds, and you're probably hearing this right now. That's fine. But really, though, Seth has done a lot. He did design the series logo, and he does my channel banner art thing and my channel logo. He designs paint schemes a lot, so he is pretty great. Check out the stuff he does. It's definitely cool. Definitely underrated. I mean, hell, we used to do this thing called Jugs Cup Series way back when. It was me, Seth, Nick, Nathaniel. We all had our own series, right? Nathaniel had a Pinty's series. I had Trucks. Nick had Xfinity. Seth had Cup. We all had our own Jeg series, and it was all this one big thing. Seth designed paint schemes for 4 rosters. 4 rosters of cars. That's like 140 paint schemes. And everybody had their own paint scheme. With the sponsor they wanted, he had to design 140 cars. The dude's a champ in that regard. Definitely cool stuff, although he's definitely moved towards a lot more quality over quantity. He doesn't design full rosters anymore. If you ask him, he'll probably say no and block you. Not really. But, yeah, no. Enough about that. Enough about Seth. More about the race. Joe Gibbs lockout for the front row. Martin Truex Jr. leading us through the tribal. Remember, that start-finish line is not in the tribal. It's a little bit further down. And we are racing in Talladega. That's the camera angle I was looking for. So the field all files down the backstretch. Martin Truex Jr. already in command of the field. Although, look out, Cole Custer's got a big run up the inside, and he's going to get right up to the door of Truex. Little side draft action. Come back down to the bottom, and Cole Custer is going to commandingly take the lead. He's going to pull Chase Elliott with him to the front, and now it looks like even Brad Keselowski. Chase Elliott looks to move up. Custer went high to block, where they both moved up at the same time. Ooh, Chase was going to try and clear himself there and come back down in front of Keselowski. Very quick reacting by him. Could have already caused a big wreck. We're just now getting to lap 2. Custer out front. Martin Truex Jr. and Eric Jones. They're not going to really go far on that outside lane. This is NR2003 after all, and as we all know, the inside lane is dominant in NR2003, depending on the help you have. Custer goes up high. Keselowski went up high. He blocked that. He's in the middle, holding it down. And there he goes to the bottom, in front of Ross Chastain. The field flies through 3 and 4. He goes high that time. Saw a run from Kyle Busch, but Chastain also had a run. Chastain on the bottom of the racetrack. Looks like he's going to beat out Cole Custer and lead that lap. Just by a hair. Why does it say he's 17th? Okay. Wait, was he 17th before that? I don't even know. It said 17th and that scared me. I was like, oh god, did the game break? I don't even know. Oh, and Chastain gets stuck in the middle. Looks like he moved up high, but Custer moved up high. Kyle Busch is actually going to take a low... I don't even know what Kyle Busch is doing. He doesn't know who he wants to go with. Looks like he's going to fall in line behind Chastain. It's going to be Custer without the help, and Ryan Newman will go to the lead. And you're going to see this lead cycle multiple times. Every now and then we'll get a car strong enough to hang on and lead some laps. Newman already puts it up into the middle groove, and that's going to leave William Byron on the bottom. Byron is going to take the lead that time. He'll lead that lap, and he's got J.J. Yeley behind him. Although if the trend continues, it'll be Michael McDowell in the 34 that leads the next lap. Oh, trouble. We got Tyler Reddick. Slow car on the apron. That's Tyler Reddick. He's blowing up. Tyler Reddick losing an engine. Oh my goodness. That's unfortunate for the rookie. You have to wonder, is Austin Dillon concerned now? It's his teammate. First event of the day on lap 4, Tyler Reddick loses an engine. That's very early to be losing an engine. That's quite unfortunate for him. And unfortunately, my trend did not work, as expected. William Byron has a much stronger car than J.J. Yeley. I doubt J.J. Yeley has the horsepower to pull out and try and make a move for the lead. So Byron is going to lead that lap. He retains it. And I think he's going to be our first consecutive lap leader of the race. Even got Brennan Gaughan up here. And it seems like they're starting to go a little single file at the front. As I say that, Chris Buescher goes down low. Buescher has had a terribly dismal season. They're only 35th in points. They certainly haven't run that poorly, but they're there. They haven't run spectacular by any means. They haven't even run that good, actually, but they ran solidly mid-pack, and unfortunately, they just haven't had finishes. Something happens. They get in an accident, mechanical failure. It's just been a bad, bad season. And, of course, what better way to turn it around than try and snatch a win at one of the biggest crapshoots in all of motorsports, a plate track at NASCAR. It's going to be Byron leading that one by the smallest of margins. It's a tie on there because it doesn't go down to the thousandths. Probably just a couple thousandths. Although being on the inside, and he's got Ford support from a questionable decision to go high. Actually, Byron had a run there. If he can get clear of Boyer by the start of the turn, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to. 4 wide behind them. That's very dangerous. We all know the NR2003 AI gets antsy when they get 4 wide. So, Chris Buescher led for about half a lap. It'll be Clint Boyer leading this time, though. See, Byron's already getting shuffled back. Boyer leads that lap, but with the questionable move up high, he barely clears himself off Kurt Busch's nose and makes it back down to the bottom to keep control of the race. Where's our Daytona 500 winner? Where's Ryan Blaney? Ryan Blaney is almost in the back. See a lot of really good race cars back here, just biding their time, hoping to not get caught up in that big wreck. Back to the front, it's Clint Boyer all out on his own. It seems like they've built a powerful race car here. Another strong Ford at plate tracks. Ford at plate tracks. It seems to just be a good combination. And they've single filed out a little bit. Doesn't look like Alex Bowman's getting the run he needs to try and go up there and make a pass. Boyer goes up high to take away that draft. Leads that time around. They've got that thing hooked up and cleaner. That car is pulling. Only on lap 8 of 29. They are not going to have to pit. I have yet to find a plate track where the cars can pit without crashing coming onto pit road. So we're just not going to have pit stops, unfortunately. You really are just watching a Powerball lottery draw to see who's leading at the end of the race. Unless we have a wreck, that'll shake things up. Because who doesn't love big crashes? Denny Hamlin making an aggressive move down to fit himself between Bubba Wallace and Ryan Preece. Boyer still freight training the field behind him. Who is that off the pace? That's Reed Sorensen off the pace in the back. And 15 of Brennan Poole. Tragic, tragic stuff for them. And if Justin Haley and BJ McLeod aren't careful here, they're going to lose it too. Although then I guess it's a matter of, do you have enough horsepower to keep up once you don't have anyone behind you? I don't know. Ask Daniel Suarez. I'm watching the 95 and the 10. They almost made some pretty good contact there. In the middle of the field, you see that 4 wide spot. It's almost like a tornado. Like that little circulation you see on the Doppler radar. It's like you see a tornado form in there. You know you want to watch out for that. You see how the middle 2 cars get really close to each other. And it causes for a pretty scary situation. Clint Bowyer still out front. Denny Hamlin has since moved to the inside. Take matters into his own hand, as it doesn't appear Alex Bowman was getting the pull that he needed. And here comes 11 up the inside, appearing to be closer than Bowman ever was. Although there's not really a whole lot he's doing. There's not much he can do. It's plate racing. He's got to get the runs and pick his lanes right. And mind you, Daniel Suarez right behind them. Suarez with his victory at Auto Club, purely on fuel mileage, is only 29th in points right now. And plate races like this one, and Daytona, by the way, which is the regular season finale, plate races like these could be the defining factors of people's seasons. A top 5 for Daniel Suarez here would do him wonders. It would protect him for probably another 5 to 10 races, running their usual low 20s or high 20s, low 30s. Protect them from falling out of the top 30 in points. So these plate tracks are extremely important for them. Or it could be disastrous. If he finishes in the back, there he goes to the inside. If he finishes in the back, and if one of his other fellow back markers finishes up at the front, they could pass him in points. And once you're running the back of the points like that, it is very hard to make up ground. You know, if you're like Clint Bowyer, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, or any of these guys up here in the top 5 minus Suarez, you can finish top 5 one week and gain all these points. But then you can get in an accident if you finish 25th one week. Well, all the guys around you finish like 5th, and they gain 20 points, and they leapfrog you in points, and you go back from like 5th to 10th. And unfortunately for guys like the 54 and the 96 you see in the frame of the top 10 there, if you get in an accident, instead of finishing 32nd, you might finish 37th. Or if your opponent gets in an accident, you might gain 5 points instead of lose 2 points. So 30th on back, it's really hard to gain and lose positions and points because there's just so little at stake. There's so little awarded and given out. That's why these plate races are huge, because you get a back marker that finishes in the top 5, and he leapfrogs like 6 people in points like it's nothing. Speaking of leapfrogging, Jimmy Johnson has found his way to the front of the field, trying to make his presence known, taking the bottom lane away from Denny Hamlin. It is still Clint Bowyer with a commanding hold on the field. Has not had to worry about any real pressure from behind. There's like an invisible pocket of air. We'll see what the car 48 can do about it. We had Bowman, we had Hamlin, and here is our third challenger. And Bowman's not going anywhere. He's got his teammate tucked in behind him right there. The challenge is not over for Clint Bowyer, but with Johnson's drafting help, the 54 of J.J. Lee, I'm not sure what can be done here. He's getting up to his bumper. I don't know. It's as close as we've seen anyone get. Coming to the halfway point this time. Or next time, I guess. I guess on the back stretch of the next lap, Jimmy Johnson is right on the back end of Clint Boyer. I don't know if he feels like he's got enough help, though. There goes Alex Bowman to the bottom. I dive to the bottom right now with my teammate, and he does, but Clint Boyer stays right in front of him and blocks it. And now we've got a little bit of a situation here. The 48, the 88, and the 24 all aligned on that bottom lane. Curious to see if they'll try to make a charge themselves until Denny Hamlin possibly thwarts it. No. All single file there, and wow, the pack looks awesomely small now. Only thing we're missing is Chase Elliott. Where's Chase Elliott? He's in 20th, biding his time in whatever mess it is back there. So they've all gone single file. Byron looking low. Oh, that's going to leave Bowman out to dry. William Byron taking no prisoners. And Bowman's going to start losing ground until he can find a way to file himself back in line. And if Johnson doesn't make a move on Clint Boyer soon, I have a feeling that 24 will. Somebody will. And there he goes. William Byron getting real sick of running single file, trying to make things interesting. Hey, I mean, I'll take it. I'm sitting here talking about points. Oh, we didn't have enough of a run. Johnson's going to cut back in front of him. Maybe this is a good thing. Make the 48 back up to the 14. They can get a run possibly. And man, if Clint Boyer wasn't in the lead, it'd be a more interesting race because he's just got such a strong car. And I don't think anybody else has this strong of a car. So if somebody else takes the lead, we could see a lot more passing. Clint Boyer has a very firm grip on the lead. Whoa, lots of shiftiness at the front. Johnson was going to try and go low. Boyer blocked it. He went high. Byron went low. Byron is now under his teammate. And Johnson is not headed the right direction, as we saw where the 88 ended up. Leave it to William Byron now to try make a pass for the lead. He's going to need some help. The laps are definitely winding down. The anxiety will ramp up, but for now they've still got time. Just seeing who's off the pace. Will we catch him? No, we're good. I think we're going to be fine. Comes William Byron drafting up to the back of Clint Boyer. He doesn't have help, though. J.J. Yeley has found a way to just keep himself inside this top 5. I am shocked, but impressed by it. I don't think Byron's got enough to do anything, really. Man, what is it with this 14 team? You know, they won a race where they won a photo finish, I think in Atlanta, or Texas. Right? And I forgot what track it was where I think it was Phoenix, actually. They just built a car. Yeah, it was Phoenix. They built a car that was an absolute rocket. Like, totally unstoppable. They took the lead after the first caution. And when I say never looked back, they literally never looked back. And those 2 victories they have are their only top 5s. And furthermore, their only top 10s of the season is, the field fans out behind them. That is Chris Buescher on the inside now with help from Joey Logano. Clint Boyer's still way out front. Anyways, yeah, their only top 5s, top 10s of the season came in their 2 victories. And that's why they set Meyer like 12th or something in points. They've been inconsistent. They've built some good cars, but they haven't been able to put the races together. And this is looking like another race where they have built an absolutely dominant car. And it could be their 3rd victory and 3rd top 5 and 3rd top 10. But the way I see it, it doesn't matter if you have 10 wins and 10 top 5s. 10 wins is 10 wins, you know? That is an easy first seed in the playoffs, and that will do you very well come playoff times where the playoff points are added into the 2,000-point baseline. Now we've got some more stiff competition up here. Yaley's out. Enter Logano, Larson, and I was going to say Buescher and Johnson, but they're still on the outside. Boyer goes up high to shake things around behind him, break the momentum. Logano stays glued to his bumper, just inside 10 laps to go next time by. Race moving by very quickly. We have gone caution-free up to this point. Here comes Logano. He's right on him. Really curious to see if anybody can get by Clint Boyer. What a car they have built for him again. A very weird season for him. It's been very up and down. 10 races in, or 9 races in, only 2 top 10 finishes, but 2 victories. So a massive points boost there as they're getting really, really antsy. Further on back in the pack, and they're getting pretty antsy up here too. All nose to tail throughout the top 5, and there goes Bowman. Oh my goodness, crazy lane changes by Kurt Busch and the 17 of Chris Buescher. There's Cole Custer at the front, but he's going to get left out to dry by Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch up into the top 5. It's going to take a coordinated effort by these guys behind Clint Bowyer, or it's going to take Reed Sorensen half a lap off the pace, dividing them up. And oh dear God, it could happen. It's going to happen. They're going to catch Reed Sorensen. Unfortunately, lap cars have a real funny way of ruining races in NR 2003, and I'm just hoping the field finds their way around him as they are approaching him at an alarmingly fast rate. Because we're about to find out. Bowyer's going to go low. Sorensen's going to go low. Bowyer's going to go high and go right around Reed Sorensen. Oh, but they're going to split him. Oh, they didn't get around him. Oh, Joey Logano gets under, but not in time. Bowyer's going to go right back out front. All of that work they just did was erased. Oh, they're going to have to pick up Reed Sorensen. That is really going to bottleneck things up. I mean, at least they picked him up. It could have been much worse. They picked him up. At least he didn't just totally, bottleneck the field. He's almost up to speed. He's still going pretty slow. But, man, that just totally erased everything they had going. Although it left Bowyer out to dry. Bowyer's actually losing a significant amount of speed compared to Logano. Logano's going to have a huge run. That could be what they needed. As long as Bowman stays glued to the bumper of Logano, Joey Logano could attempt to pass the lead, and it doesn't look like he's going to. Oh, but there he goes to the inside. Logano to the inside. Could this be it? Bowyer cuts him off. Oh, he's just barely clear. It was an attempt, but Bowyer at the last second said, oh, I've got it. Cleared himself. No contact. It was clean. And he will retain the lead for the time being. Logano backing it up again. This time he does not have help from behind, though. He's a man on his own, and Bowyer topping it. The only man on the track going 201, except if your name was Chris Buescher. Good Lord. And man, are they scrambling back there. Reed Sorensen is being an absolute roadblock. My goodness, they can't find their way around him because he's slow. They will eventually. Back at the front. Oh, Chase Elliott. Aggressive move there. Logano was going to block, and it could have resulted in a huge wreck. Got a line of Chevys on the bottom now. We'll see what Chase Elliott has to say about it. He's got Ross Chastain behind him. And it looks like he was about to have Ross Chastain under him. Chastain didn't seem too content with hanging around. And this pack just looks so much smaller than it actually is. I don't know why. It keeps getting me. Elliott with Chastain and Truex lined up right behind him. We'll see if they can make a run for the lead. He's definitely got some sort of run. It's not any run like Logano had. Oh, he goes low. The move was too early. Move was way too early, Chase. Next lap. Truex goes under Chastain. Eliminates the momentum on the bottom again. As the field all flashes by, Clint Bowyer has led the majority of this race. I know I was talking about how they constantly cycle the lead. And eventually we find one guy. Oh, there goes Truex to the bottom. You know, if they would just work together, they'd be able to uproot Clint Bowyer from the lead and race off of themselves. I was talking about how it usually cycles around, and then you get a guy every now and then that leads a few laps. Well, Clint Bowyer has led probably close to 20 laps. And if this keeps up, he's going to lead a lot more than 20 laps. Like, probably closer to 29 laps. Like, at least the last lap. Now he's got Martin Truex Jr. behind him, and another lap car's coming up. Look out, it's Brennan Poole, and after that, it should be it. This could be another opportunity, depending on how they try and split him for Truex to get a run. You see, he's really backing it up, but it's just he and Bowman. It's going to take more than 2 cars to get by Clint Bowyer. Here we go. This will be interesting. Coming up on the 15 of Poole, they're going to go low. But how much of the field is going to be able to make it by him? Ooh, Blaney goes high. Oh, it's just going to kill any momentum anyone had. Oh, my goodness. Lap cars killing everything here. And there goes Eric Jones to the bottom. I don't know if there's enough cars in this front pack to try and pass Clint Bowyer. It seems hopeless, as the 15 of Brennan Poole just totally backs everything up. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Whatever. Look at that. Bowyer, they're just too strong, man. I don't even know. That's insane. they built these insane race cars and then they crap the bed the next week. Hey, man, if you're winning races, you're doing something right. 3 to go this time. Nobody has made a real challenge to Clint Boyer. Got a couple Gibbs guys lined up, though. Oh, Eric Jones. No, man. What do you guys got to work together? You ain't going to pass him. It doesn't matter. He's going for it. He ain't waiting for anybody. 3 laps to go. Clint Boyer has put on an absolute clinic on this field. Whoa! Almost big trouble there. Truex almost got turned by Cole Custer. There's your Daytona 500 winner, Ryan Blaney. Finally making his appearance at the front of the field, and could he be the one to take it away? Could he go 2 for 2 on plate races this season? He goes under Eric Jones. He thinks he's the guy to get the job done. He's running out of time, though. He's going to need help from Denny Hamlin. The 11 car's got to get to his back bumper, and they've got to go now because it takes some time to get a run on Clint Boyer, and they are running out of time. Time is definitely at a premium. As you see, they're now 3 wide behind those guys. The 10, the 2, and the 48 making a strong push, and that inside lane is forming up as Ryan Blaney moves to the middle. No, don't do that! They're just letting him be out there. It hurts. It hurts. They're not racing him. They're not racing Clint Boyer. They're racing each other, but Clint Boyer is actually out there, left out totally to dry. Oh, come on! I just want somebody to go up there and pass him. I ain't rooting against him. I just want to see a good race. I mean, it's a good race, I guess, but hold on now. Hold on. Denny Hamlin, he's strong. Hang on. He's got help. White flag out this time. Hamlin's got a run. It's a small one, but it's a run. We'll see if he can do anything with it. Boyer's leaving that bottom open. He could block it. Hamlin's closing up to him. White flag is out this time. Clint Boyer is absolutely dominated the race. Johnson goes to the bottom. Oh, no! Oh, Hamlin was about to do it, but Johnson did it. Johnson went to the bottom, and that totally eliminates Denny Hamlin's chance at it. Jimmy Johnson wanting vengeance for the events that happened last week in a race where they probably feel that they should have won. There goes Almirola to the bottom, taking away Johnson's opportunity at the win, perhaps taking away anybody's chances at the win. Oh, Boyer's just strong enough to hang it out there and just win it at this point. I don't want to say it's over because we do have a long stretch back to that finish line. But it's pretty close to being over. Johnson's going to have one more shot. I don't think he has enough of a run to do anything, though. It's going to be Clint Boyer in absolute dominance, winning at Talladega. Johnson with a last-ditch effort. Can't do anything. Clint Boyer takes it home. Another week, another dominating win for Clint Boyer. 2 of his 3 wins have just been an absolute dominate. He didn't pull out any big gap, but never do you see cars in NR 2003 just lead and dominate that powerfully. And man, did he dominate. He led a lot of laps for a plate track. I mean, a lot of laps for any race. He led most of them. Johnson, another heartbreak for the 48 crew. They dominated at Richmond. Ultimately did not get the win. They played the strategy wrong. They weren't going to make it to the end anyways. And now, I know it's a plate track. They come up just a little bit short. They had a shot there at the end. Some other guy, Almirola, scoring a good top 5. How about Quinn Hoff, man? We're going to take a look at these results. That back of the field is going to get shaken up for sure. Look at that. J.J. Yaley, P4. Quinn Hoff, 6. Hamlin rounding out the top 5. We got Logano, Austin Dillon, Brett Keselowski, Kyle Larson rounding out the top 10. Bowman, Kurt Busch, William Byron, Kevin Harvick, Chris Buescher, Ross Chastain, Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, Cole Custer, Eric Jones rounding out the top 20. Further on, some names: Kyle Busch, Truex Jr. ended up just not being there at the end. Got stuck behind too many lap cars. Matt DiBenedetto, Christopher Bell, unfortunately never recovered from his poor starting position. Ryan Preece, Ryan Newman back there, Daniel Suarez. Ooh, I was just talking about, hey man, P32, look what's going on up here. Quinn Hoff, J.J. Yaley. That's not good for him. Who else? Michael McDowell, Timmy Hill, all finished up there. Matt DiBenedetto. He's racing with guys like Bubba Wallace, Matt DiBenedetto, even Stenhouse, Chris Buescher at this point. As absurd as it seems, all those guys finishing ahead of him. It hurts him. he's only going to be awarded 11 points for this race. Further on down, John Hunter Nemechek, a rough day for that guy. Tyler Reddick, he was out just a few laps in, yeah. Lost a header, engine went up in smoke, and his day was over before it really even started. Anyways, Clint Bowyer putting an absolute manhandling on the field. Totally unstoppable as soon as he took the lead. Never have I really seen a car just go and outright dominate a plate track in NR2003 like that, but it happened. Here we are. Another week, or another day, another good race. We are done with plate racing for a while. Next plate race is the Daytona 2, the Coke 0400, the regular season finale, round 27. This is round 10. Next week we go to Dover, Delaware, the concrete 1 mile oval, always providing an exciting race, always dramatic storylines, always good racing, always a fun one to record, a fun one to watch. Cannot wait for that. The outlook after that, point scramble number 2 at an undisclosed location. Then it's Charlotte weekends. We got Charlotte All-Star Race and the Coke 600, longest races of the season. And then just some fun tracks after that. Kansas, Michigan, Sonoma, Chicago. Then our 3 more point scrambles replacing the Pocono doubleheader in Michigan. And then Kentucky, New Hampshire, Michigan 2, Watkins Glen, Dover 2, and Daytona 2. Lots of fun coming up as we head down to the end of the regular season finale. And then our 10-race playoffs run. It's going to be a great rest of the season. We got lots of great tracks lined up. But for now, we set our sights on Dover. Talladega is over. And thank y'all for watching. If you did enjoy the video, leave a like, subscribe. It helps me. We're trying to hit 500 subs by the beginning of June. June 1st is the deadline for 500 subs. Definitely hoping to hit that. So, again, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.